The top 5 social media platforms right now for the last couple of years have been TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter. And I've made complete tutorials, detailed step-by-step guides on all those 5 social media platforms. So in this video, I wanted to compile all of that into one list so you could master every single one in order of popularity. And I'll include timestamps in the description below, so if you just want to learn about a specific one, you could jump into the section of the video. So let's jump in with the first social media app on the list, which right now is the fastest growing app out there for social media, and that is TikTok. In today's video, I want to show you how to use TikTok step by step. And I first made this video back in 2019, but TikTok has had a lot of updates, so I thought it's a good time to update this video and show you how to use it as a beginner. Now, if you've never heard of TikTok before, or you're not really sure what it is, it's a social media app just like Facebook and Instagram, but it's all in video format. They're in short vertical video format. And it's been around since 2016, but it's actually been growing quite rapidly. Right now, it has over 1 billion users worldwide, and it's available on your iPhone and Android phones. And they have the website also at TikTok.com, and they do have a desktop app for Mac and PC. But it's far easier and better to use it on your phone. That's how it's designed, so I'm gonna cover that in this video, TikTok for Android or iPhone. So I'll use a new phone here to show you the whole setup process to make sure you didn't miss anything. So go to the App Store on your phone. Again, same on Android. Go to the Google Play Store. Look for TikTok, it's one word, and download it here. And let's go ahead and open it up. Now on this page, you do have to sign up for a TikTok account. You could use your phone number or email or any one of these other options here. And you do have to be at least 12 years old to create your TikTok account. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign up with a brand new account here using email. I'll press that. And again, since you have to be at least 12, it's gonna ask for your birthday. And again, you could use your phone number, which is recommended here. Just type that out, or an email address if you want to use that instead. And you have to choose a username. This has to be unique, but you can change it later. But it has to be unique, meaning no one else could have the same username. So go ahead and type that out. If username is taken, it's gonna say pick one of the suggested usernames. So I'll just go ahead and do that here. So once you land on TikTok, basically these are the videos that TikTok is gonna show you here on the home page. And to see more, you just have to slide up this way. And you could see more videos as you slide up. So I'll blur some of these just for privacy issues, but you basically slide up to see more and slide down if you want to see the one you just passed. So here on any page, you will see 2 options that you'll use a lot. It says for you and following. Just like a social media platform, you could follow different accounts or different people here, and you'll see them under the following tab. I'll show you in a second. But for you basically means this is what TikTok thinks you'll want to watch based on your previous activity. Right now, it doesn't know what I want to watch because it's a brand new account, so it's showing me random things. If I stay on a video long enough and I do that repeatedly, TikTok is going to show me more videos like it. Under following, right now, I'm not going to see anything, but it's going to show me trending creators here to follow. Okay, so I could go ahead and look at things this way and then press follow if I want to follow someone. Okay, so you just press follow just like this, and I've now followed that person. Once you follow people, they'll show up on your following tab just like this. So it's a little easier to just see videos from people you follow. The For You page, again, is going to show you random videos. It's not really depending on if you follow someone or not. Now, in each video page here, you could slide this way too. And if you slide that way, you will see this page, which is called a profile page, and you could follow people from here instead. And then it's gonna show you, again, suggested accounts. So if I wanna follow Will Smith, for example, I could go ahead and follow by clicking there and then follow from their profile page, okay? And now I'm gonna explain the profile page a little bit more in detail. When you land on a person's profile, you'll see here their username and their name on top. So that's 2 different places you could add a name. You'll also see how many people are following them, how many likes they've had, and how many people they are following as well. You could also message them. We'll talk about that in a second. You're gonna see some related things here. So I'll just go ahead and follow a couple more people here. And on the bottom here, you're gonna see all their videos, okay? So on the homepage that I showed you, you just see one video at a time and you scroll through it. Here, you could click any one of these videos and look at them this way and scroll through just that person's video. Right now, I'm not seeing random videos, I'm just seeing Will Smith's videos from his homepage. Now I could again go all the way back to this page and keep scrolling around, okay? Here, I'll go back to another video. Now with every video that you see on TikTok, you could press the heart option right here to say you like the video. You could press the comment section to leave a comment here. That's what this option does. And you could press share here if you want to basically send this to someone else or share it on a different social media platform. And TikTok also lets you save a video to your phone. So you could press save and it's gonna save it to your phone if you give it access. You also get a search option right on top of your page where you could search for all kinds of different things, okay? You could search for like yoga moves that is suggesting, best songs, life hacks. So search does come in handy, and there's a couple of ways you could search on TikTok I'll show you in a second. So that's the home page. That's how you interact with the videos and go through each video. There's also a live option. You could go live on TikTok. So if you want to see live videos, click this little icon here. Let's go to the Discover tab. If you look on the bottom, I spend a lot of time on the Home tab because that's pretty much where you spend most of your time as well. But there's Discover tab, there's the Upload tab, there is the Inbox tab, and there's the Profile tab. So I'll go through these in a second, one at a time. But the Discover tab is interesting because you could search for different things. Like I make iPhone hack videos, so you could search iPhone hacks, or tips I should say, iPhone tips and tricks. So you may see some of my videos here. So under Discover, the search bar is very useful because you could look up specific things on TikTok. It also shows you things in different categories. You see these things, the hashtag option. So hashtags basically are a way that creators could add a word, a hashtag, that's what they're called, to categorize their videos, and then they could show up in this page, right? So if I go through this and I see the hashtag hockey, I could see everything related to hockey that someone added the hashtag to. So when this person uploaded the video, they put the hashtag, and I'll explain how to add these when I talk about creating your own videos and uploading them. But just to give you a very simple concept of how this works, it's a way to tag your videos so TikTok could categorize them under the Discover page. So you could see all these different types of hashtags. Besides hashtags, you also see trending songs. I'll explain how you pick a sound and how that appears over here as well. TikTok has a bunch of sounds that you could choose from when uploading to TikTok. The plus sign is for adding your own videos, which I'll show you in a minute. Inbox is all the activities on TikTok. So if people liked your videos, you could see all the different types of activities, likes, comments, mentions, all kinds of things. Even if TikTok sends you a message, it will all appear over here. And then you could interact with those messages here. And then you'll have this airplane icon. TikTok has a direct messaging. Basically, it's like a text messaging app, but inside of the TikTok app. So if you wanted to message your friends here, you could press the plus sign and then go ahead and message them. Now, I've only followed big pages here, so they're probably never going to see my message, but that is how you send messages. And I'll show you in a second how to add your personal friends here as well. Let's go to the Profile tab here. And here you could do a few things. I showed you what a profile looks like, right? You have your username, your name here. You could set up your profile, right? I'm missing my profile picture, so I should set up my profile and add different things. So I could change my name, again, my username, add a profile picture, add a little bio, link it to Instagram and YouTube if I wanted to really make sure this is correctly set up. And then I could create my own video from here, or by pressing the plus sign, which again, I'll show you in a second. But I wanted to cover this little profile icon. Press this, and you could invite friends here that are in your contact. If they're in your Facebook friends, you could link them from there, or you could just press invite and share your invite link. Again, this is gonna use your contacts. I did not give it permission, but that's how you invite people that you personally know. And if they gave you their username, you could type in their username here. So I'll show you my main account here. I'll look up my main account, Howfinity here. So this is my other account. And then if I wanted to follow that person, I just press follow. And now I have a friend on TikTok. And now I could message them too. So I could press message, and some people, like on my account, I don't let you message me if I'm not following you, right? If I'm not following you back, you can't message me. Some people you can message, so you could just send a message just like this, and it will send them a message. In this case, you could see there's a little marker saying that that person is not going to get this message because they're not following me back. But in most cases, if you're following your friends, you will be able to message them just like that from their profile page. And they will also appear, if I go back here, they will also appear in your inbox here under that icon. You see that all your messages will appear here, and I could again initiate a conversation from that page. So back to the profile page, I recommend you go through the setup of everything here once you're comfortable moving around on TikTok and just interacting. And then I recommend pressing these 3 lines on top and go through any one of these settings. The one I'm just going to mention for this video, just to keep it simple, is under privacy. If you want to keep your account private, if you don't want anyone else to really follow you or find you, you could change your account to a private setting here. And there's a bunch of other options that you should explore, and I do have different videos explaining each one. Now let me show you how to create your own first video. I'm gonna go brief because I have a very complete video on creating TikTok videos like a pro. But to upload a video to TikTok, press the plus sign here, and it's gonna bring you to this video page. I do have it to give it access to camera and microphone. And I'll briefly explain to you what this is. Basically, this is just a video camera here from your phone that it gets access to under the camera tab. So you could do 15-second videos, 60-second videos, and even 3-minute videos. 3-minute videos came out in 2021, and they may add other length of videos here as well when you're watching this video. But to record a video, you could simply press the record option like this, and then I could move something and take it back and stop. Okay, so that recorded a little video clip, and based on the time I have a 15-second bar here. It's filled out, about 3-4 seconds. You see that blue bar here. Now, another thing I recommend you do here is you want to add sounds. So let me go ahead and press X here and start over. The first thing I typically do before I press record, I add a sound. TikTok has a massive library of popular songs here that you could choose from, and then record your video to that sound. A lot of TikTok is basically little music videos designed that way. So you could choose one of these right here. So you choose that, press the check mark, and it's gonna have that sound. It's playing right now, I just have it on mute. And then when you record, it's basically recording to that sound, right? So again, I could record multiple different clips. I could record here, I have a blank one, then I'll record this clip here, and then I'll move this out, I'll bring this into it, I'll record this clip here, and you see those little white bars show you the different shots you have. You could do one continuous or multiple shots. And then you have a bunch of different options here for filters and transitions and things like that, which again, I have covered in my in-depth TikTok tutorial for making your own videos. But there's a ton of things like effects and green screens. You could really get lost in all the video creation options. And if you want to flip your camera, this is the flipping option over here. So if you want the camera that's facing you, that's the flip option. This one is using my camera that's facing the table. All kinds of options. When you're happy, you could press the check mark, and then I'll show you in a second how to upload videos that are already on your phone. You could do that too. But you could see this is just playing back the video I just shot, which was multiple shots. Again, you have some other options like filters, and you could adjust things. You could add your own voiceover, and you have a ton of options. You could still change the sound that you added. So if I change my mind and I want to use this one instead, it changed it. If I want to add effects, I could do it from here as well. If I want to add text, so text like this goes over here. You could add text here. If you tap on text, you can make text sound out loud with text to speech. You could set duration, so text appears and disappears. Again, I'm not showing you these in detail because I have that in the other video, but I just want to show you all the options that's available. You could add stickers like this. So I could add like this kind of sticker maybe. And if I don't like a sticker here, I could grab it and move it to the garbage can and then maybe add a different one. So you get the idea here. You have a bunch of different options available to you. You could resize things this way. Again, I'll move this to the garbage can. Press next. This is the third page, right? So we have the recording page, we had the editing page, and we have the posting page, which is what we are at now. You could describe your own video here. So type your video description. And the hashtag, basically what I mentioned, where you could basically add a hashtag to categorize your video, that's where this would be in the description of that video. You also could select a cover. So any point of your video could be the cover image, right? So I just changed my cover image by selecting that. And you have a bunch of options that I typically leave on default. You could post it right now or save it as a draft. So if I post right now, let me go ahead and press post to show you. It's going to be posted publicly. I'll press post now. I'll go to my profile page and you could see there's my video. It doesn't have any views yet, but that's basically where people could click on it. Again, they could give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share it, or they could press my profile page to come here and follow me from here. I'll also show you here on my main account, once you have a substantial amount of followers, I believe over 1,000 followers, if you press the plus sign, you could also go live. So there's a live option that appears, which you can't do yet before 1,000 followers on TikTok. And I did not show you uploading, so let me show you that. So instead of recording, you could also upload what's already on your phone, which is kind of useful. So let me go ahead and press upload right here instead. And if I select the video, it's going to show you the video just like this. And then again, I have a bunch of different options as I had previously, just a little bit less than before because this time I uploaded a video that already existed. But again, in this editing page, I could still add music, text, effects, and things like that. And then I could go to the post page. So the TikTok posting process is really 3 pages: uploading or recording, then you have editing, and then you have posting. Once you figure those pages out, you could post as much as you want. But if you don't really care about the posting part of TikTok, then you could just use the home and discover option and even the direct message option inside of inbox to really interact with TikTok as much as you want. But if you do want to grow your TikTok following, I suggest you watch my video on how to create a professional TikTok video. I did create a YouTube video covering that. And if you want to learn how to grow a substantial amount of following, where basically a lot of my videos now gets hundreds of thousands or millions of views now every time I upload, I do also have a video covering exactly how I did that as well. It's a good use case if you want to turn this profile into a business or use TikTok as a way to generate leads for your business. If you're new to Instagram or you don't think you're getting the most out of your Instagram app, I'm going to show you exactly how to get started with Instagram from scratch, step by step. Now let's jump on the phone and let's make an Instagram account after getting the Instagram app. So the Instagram app is available on iPhones, it's available on Android phones, and you just have to download the app to your phone. Now there's an Instagram.com, there's a website, but really Instagram is designed to be a mobile app. So the website is going to be very limited. You can still view things on there, but it's really not intended to be used as the primary Instagram. You need to download the app on your phone. I'm going to go ahead and download it here, so you should do the same. And Instagram is a social media platform that's been around since 2010, and it got acquired by Facebook back in 2012. So to this day, Meta, who's the company that owns Facebook, also owns Instagram and WhatsApp. Now, once you open the app for the first time, you need to create an account. If you have one, obviously log in and I'll show you how to use it after that. And you could sign up using your phone number, which is recommended, or you could use an email address here as well. I'll do email and you'll get a confirmation code. So make sure you set this up with a password that you'll remember. And then on this page, it's gonna ask you to add your name. So this could be your first and last name if you want people to find you, or you could just put an alias here. Then create your password. And Instagram is intended for people 13 and older, so it's going to ask you for your birthday to verify it. This is not public information though. Now, your username is not like your name. Your name, other people could also have your name, but the username has to be unique to you. This is one of a kind type of a name. So choose this. You can change it later though, but no one else could have the same exact username. As long as you get this check mark, that means no one else has this username, and then press next. And then press sign up. Now, because Instagram and Facebook are owned by the same company, you may get this notification too to find friends on Facebook to follow you on Instagram, but you can't skip this. And it's also going to ask for your contact information. So again, you could find people that you could follow, because without following anyone, it really is not a social media platform. I'll skip the profile photo and I'll just press next. Now this should bring you inside of Instagram. I logged into my regular account, so I have some things to show you, so it's not a blank account. And I have mine set to light mode now. So on your phone, if you have dark mode or light mode, you could actually change it. It will change how Instagram looks. Now on here, let me walk you through what you see, and then I'll show you how to even post on your own Instagram account. So first you have your home page, and then I'll walk you through some of these other pages that you see, but usually you'll land on your home page, or it's gonna ask you to follow people. I'll show you that in a second. You could skip that if it's asking you to follow people. But the way Instagram works is you basically scroll up like this, and you could see either pictures or videos. This is a combination of both of those things. Basically, people could share photos or videos, and that's how you interact with them. The text you see is a little description that you could put when you post something to Instagram. I'll show you that in a bit. But this is as simple as it is to scroll through Instagram. Now, the things you see here are either based on the people that you follow, or it's based on what Instagram thinks you would like. So it's gonna start giving you recommendations. So before I show you more about this page, let's go to the search icon, because here you could actually start to follow people. The way you do that is right here on the search bar on top. You could type someone's name, or you could just type in an idea here. So I'm gonna type in, let's say I wanna follow The Rock here. He has a lot of Instagram followers. So I could go to his page and I could just press follow right over here. And now he will appear on my homepage. Whatever he's posting here, all these things will kind of start appearing on my homepage, and I'll also get other recommendations here as well. And it's going to tell me here some other people I should follow, so I could go ahead and follow them. If you don't follow people, you're not going to get much appearing on your homepage. Okay, so this is how you search and find people. Again, you could find your friends, your family, whoever you want. You could go ahead and find them using their name, or if you know their username, you could type that over here too. You could also check for things like, let's say you want to look up things related to a sport and follow accounts underneath that. So you could search just a word, look at accounts underneath that, and then follow based on that as well. So you could follow this way. So that's the very first step once you have an account. Follow a few different accounts. Now come to your homepage, and it should start populating based on what people are posting. The way you interact with posts is also something you need to know. You could double click on a post. It will give it a heart. So you see a heart appearing here. You could also comment on a post. So if you want to comment, you could type out a comment and post it there. It will appear underneath the post. And you could also press the airplane icon to send it to other people that you follow, or to post it to your own. I'll show you that in a bit. And you could also bookmark it here. There's a bookmarking section, so you could always find it later. And as you keep going through, you'll see videos and photos. You can interact with them exactly this way as you go through, okay? Now let me show you this tab in the middle. This is called Instagram Reel. Now Reel are basically all videos. There's no photos inside of Reel, and they're anywhere from a few seconds all the way to right now 90 seconds long, and they're in this vertical format, so they should fill up your screen like this. Now this is kind of an entirely different platform that Instagram rolled out. So I'm not going to cover it in detail because I have a dedicated video just about Reels, and I have a video about how to make Instagram Reels. So I'll put those in the description. But the way they work is just like the homepage of Instagram. You could scroll up like this to see more, and then you could come back this way too. You could press heart to give it a heart, comment, and share. So those are still the same. And you could follow someone from here too, or you could click their name and go to their entire page. Okay, so you'll have your own page here in a second. I'll show you. But this works sort of like the homepage. So if I went back on the homepage, you see I had the same three options. It's just here I'm going to see photos and videos. On Reels, I'm only going to see videos. And this is going to show me things based on what I've interacted with or the people I follow. It's going to be a combination because it's going to suggest things to you even if you don't follow those pages. That is based on the Instagram algorithm that knows what you want to see, so it's going to show you some of those things. Now on this tab you have Instagram shopping. So another thing Instagram rolled out is the ability for people when they post to tag a product. So a lot of brands do that. So they tag a product, so then you could come over here and you could actually purchase it. It says buy now or add to cart. So it's sort of like what Amazon is doing, but instead of this social media platform. I don't use the shopping tab much, but a lot of people do use this tab to buy things directly from Instagram, or it will take it to someone's website, a brand's website, and you could buy directly from them. And then you have your own profile page here. You're not going to have anything, assuming you've never posted on Instagram before. I'll show you how to post in a second. But basically your profile page has your username on top. This is the one that you cannot change. So if you want to follow mine for these kind of tips, I do post them daily here. You have your profile picture. So if you haven't posted that, I'll show you how to do that in a second. And then everything you post is going to appear over here. So this is the Instagram feed, basically the things that are photos and videos that appear on the homepage. This middle tab just shows reels, basically anything you post to the video format, the reel format. And then here is things that you've basically got tagged in that will appear over here. Okay, so those are the things you'll see on this page. If you press edit your profile, which again, if you're trying to grow this profile or post to it, I recommend you add a profile picture. You could change your name and username here. Again, username has to be unique. You could add everything else that you see on this page, which I've done before, and they appear over here on your profile page. Now, two more things I'll show you before I show you how to post. If you come to the home page and go all the way to the top, you'll also see this section up here. You see this section? This is called Instagram Stories. Again, as if Instagram made another platform and put it inside of their Instagram app, this is what this section is. Basically, what these are basically posts that disappear in 24 hours. So when you post to this section of Instagram, by just pressing your profile picture here, it will let you take a picture and post to it. Those disappear, but they could be photos and videos. Again, Instagram Stories is a whole different thing, so I have a dedicated video about it, and I'm not gonna go through the details of how it works. Just remember, these disappear every 24 hours. Things you post to your home, things to posting to your reel, those do not disappear ever unless you choose to delete them. Now on the homepage, one more thing. You'll also see this icon. Maybe it looks like a messenger icon or a message icon like an airplane. If you click it, it's basically a place to message people on Instagram. You could use this sort of like text message, but based on people that are on Instagram, you could send photos, videos, and text. Again, a whole separate messaging platform built inside of Instagram. Mine is linked to Facebook Messenger. Again, way too confusing, so I've made a dedicated video about how this works as well. So back to Instagram, the original app was intended for posting photos and then later videos. So let's go ahead and post a video here so we could share things with family or for our business. We could press the plus sign here from the homepage and you'll see a bunch of different things. Again, that could create a lot of confusion if you haven't used Instagram before. But Reel, remember, are those vertical videos, 15 to 90 seconds long. Posts are photos and videos. They could be both. Reels have to be videos. Then you have stories. Those are the ones that disappear. And then these other ones are a little more advanced, so I'm not going to cover them here, but you could obviously go live on Instagram and actually have a live video and some other things here. So right now, let's just go ahead and do a regular post. This is the original post Instagram had. Now this will give you access to your phone's library. If you have photos and videos that you recorded with your phone, you could post them here. I'm going to do that here just to show you. Next, you could add these filters to them to kind of change how they look if you want. Then next. And then you write a little caption. That's a little text that shows up underneath the video. And then you could do all these other advanced things like adding location, adding music. Again, you don't have to worry about any of this. You just could press share and it will share it to your page. So if I press share here, I'm going to say not now. I don't want to add this to my Facebook. I have them linked up. Let me go to my profile page and refresh. And there it is. Under the profile tab here, under the feed tab, it showed up. People could double click it. And if I choose to delete it, I could press these three dots and press delete right here. Now, what about adding videos? If you press the plus sign, you have two choices for adding videos. You could do reels. Again, those are the vertical videos that only show up on the reel tab and also on the home tab. Or you could do a post, which is exactly what I just showed you. Those could be photos or videos. So in this case, let me show you reel. And again, I have a dedicated video about exactly how to go in far more detail with these. Let me flip the camera over here. So you could flip the camera from your front facing camera. I'll put this in the shot so there's something to look at. And you could basically record. So if we tap this, it's actually recording whatever I'm doing in front of the camera. So if I'm recording myself, it's recording it. I could tap the record option again, and now it's paused. So that's how you record a video. And you see it's only a little bit of a red area here. So if I press it again, it's going to record another clip. This is going to let me do it up to 90 seconds. Okay. Then I have a bunch of options, like I could add music and all kinds of things that I cover in the dedicated video. I could also upload what's already on my phone. So if I wanted to do that, I could choose that from down here. But I'll press next. Then this page, the second page, is for video editing. So you could again add music here. You could add all kinds of stickers here. You could add text here. Again, all kinds of things that are covered in the dedicated video, and then you could write your caption here. Then here you could also do some other things like tagging products. Remember the Instagram shopping that I showed you? You could tag other people, so then you could actually get their attention that way, and then press share. Let me show you where these show up. If you go to your profile page here, they show up over here under Reels. So this one I did not post, so I saved that as a draft so I could later post it. But the ones that I have posted, they appear over here like this, and you see people could interact with them, like it, comment, share, and they will appear over here like this. And if you plan on growing on Instagram, your followers appear here, your number of posts appear here, and the people you're following appear over here, and you could go to that page to see who you're following. If you choose to unfollow them, you could just click that and unfollow them from here. And if you press the three lines here, there's a whole settings menu here. So if you want some of these things like your security changed, if you want to learn more about how ads work for Instagram, which I've covered in other videos as well, you'll see that here. You could change yours to a business profile as well if you want to use this for business. Like over here, I have mine set to a business profile. All those are available under the settings tab that you could get from your profile page here. Now, the other pieces of Instagram that I mentioned, like Instagram Story, Instagram Reel, and Instagram Direct Messages, I do have dedicated videos linked below. So I recommend you watch those if you want to learn about all the different pieces of Instagram. But I covered the essentials about how Instagram works if you're a beginner to Instagram. If you want to take it to the next level, watch those videos, and I have references to those all listed below. Hey everyone, in today's video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to use Snapchat if you're new to Snapchat or if it's been a while since you used it. Snapchat has been around for over a decade. It started back in 2011 as kind of a camera filtering app, but it's evolved to be so much more. And it's designed to be a mobile app for Android phones and for iPhones. So if you have one of those, you could actually look in the Google Play Store to find Snapchat, or the App Store here and find Snapchat there, and then go ahead and download it. I'm gonna show you with a brand new account here on my Android. And just to simplify it, really Snapchat is like three different apps, okay? It's a camera app and a filtering app, super powerful filtering and camera app. It's also a messaging app, like a text message app, but it's also a really powerful social media platform. So I'll kind of walk you through it in that order because it will make the most sense as you use it in that order. So on the home page here, I'm gonna go ahead and sign up. I do have another account here, and I'll kind of talk back and forth between these two devices, and I'll press continue here and give it access to make calls. Type in here your first and last name. And just like most social media apps, you have to be at least 12 here to use this app. So put in your birth date, and then it will create a username for you, but you could actually change this username. So go ahead and put in a username that you want rather than the one it created for you. And then you need to set yourself a 8-digit password, 8-character password here. So type in a password that you'll remember. And to verify your account, you could use a mobile number or you could use an email here. I typically use on my regular accounts a phone number to sign up. Now for the messaging and the social media part, you could find friends here from your contacts or number of ways to connect. I'm gonna skip that for now. I'll show you an option that lets you do this later. And then again, because it's a camera app, it needs access to record photos and videos and detect screenshots. I'll explain that later too. Let me go ahead and turn that on while using the app and allow. And record audio, yes, I want to record audio. And by default, it's gonna show the front-facing camera, but I'm gonna flip this for now. That's the flipping the camera. So it's actually showing what's in front of me, but that's the option if you wanna flip to the front-facing or the back-facing camera. So let's go through Snapchat as a camera app where you could apply really cool filters first before we send it to anyone, because you could just save these for yourself and text message them, for example. Let me show you how it works. So as a camera app, you could either take a picture. So that's the picture icon right here. It just took a picture. This is called a snap. And Snap actually tries to use your location too for a bunch of other things that I'll mention later. So I'm not gonna allow it right now. So it's just took a picture for that first time. Now, every time you take a snap like this, you could decorate it. There is a ton of ways to decorate it. So you could type out text, for example, like this, and then press the check mark and put the text anywhere you want on Snapchat. And it has a bunch of options for more interesting fonts, colors, and you have this option up here for alignment. So that's the text option. Then you have this option for kind of drawing things. You could do this with different colors as well. Let me undo that and go back. You could actually use this option for stickers. These are called stickers. So you could go ahead and tap one of these and put these somewhere as you decorate this picture here. You could actually use the cut tool. This will outline objects with your finger. So you could do that to cut things out. I'm not going to do that here. You could add music. So this is good, especially when you have video. I'll show you video in a second. You could add links to things. So this is going to be using things that you type up here as a link that you could send people to. I'm not going to do that here. Let's go back. And then you have a little timer here. Now with the timer, basically what's happening is if you set it to no limit, people could save this Snapchat without a time limit. If you change the time, this is how long the snap will last till it disappears. So if you want something really quick, you could save that to 3 seconds. I'm going to explain this more when I talk about the messaging part. But basically, when you send a picture or a video or a snap, that will disappear automatically when this is set to 3 seconds, for example. Someone will tap it, they'll view it in 3 seconds, it will be permanently deleted from their account and from your account. So that's what this is. I'll show you more when we get to the social and messaging aspects. But again, back to the camera app, those are all your options for decorating a single picture. Then the options you have is saving. This will save it to your phone, iPhone or Android. You have story, that's the social aspect of it that I'll explain in a bit. And you could send it, that's if you send it like a text message to someone else using this app. Okay, let me discard this because I want to also show you that you could take videos here too. So by tapping, you take a photo, but by pressing and holding, what you're doing is you're taking a video. And as soon as you let go, you have a little video here. Now you have all the same options I showed you before with video. Music comes in really handy now because when you have a video playing, you could add a song here and then press the check mark, and the song is gonna play when you send this video to someone. But you also have all the same options as you did before. Nothing changes as far as that goes. I'm gonna discard this as well. Then you have a third option, which you could actually access what's on your camera here, and then you could bring things from there. And it also accesses what's called memories. Memories are personal collections of what you saved in Snapchat. So I'll show you how to save things a little bit later, but you could also not take it from there. You could bring it from your camera roll, or you could go ahead and create a snap from here, and then you'll come back to this page. Let me jump into my iPhone here, and I want to show you how the filtering works. So when you have the front-facing camera, so make sure on top here you switch over to the front-facing camera so you can see yourself. If you press and hold on someone's face like this, it could be you, it could be someone else. You have these really cool filters, these interactive filters here that scan you and do these kind of cool effects. And you could go to different ones on the bottom, and there are a ton of different ones that you could choose from. And they do change them all the time. They have new updates to these type of filters all the time. So if you, let me select one here. So some of them says try with a friend, so you could bring a friend next to you here. And if you like something, you just tap in the middle, just like you would with taking a picture, and it just took a picture, and it brought us back to this page where you, again, you could decorate on the right side. And here, let me show you, I'll save this one, the down arrow here, press that, and it's saved now, okay? Now you could also press the plus sign and add it to your story. Story is the social aspect that I'll explain in a second. And then you could send it again as a message, we'll do in a second as well. And you also now have a crop option that I don't think I showed you before, but you could crop images here. So you could kind of frame them a little better like this and press the check mark. And now this is your new framing. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and discard this one as well, abandon, and you're back to this page where you could choose other filters. And what you could also do with filters, you could press and hold and it will record a video with sound. So everything I'm saying is being recorded. As soon as I let go, this is showing you the playback of the video. Again, I have all the options on the right side, and on the bottom I could mute it, or I could go ahead and save it too. Okay, let's jump back into the new account here. That covers everything about the camera that you need to know. But let's take a look at the bottom. There's a bunch more things besides the camera. By default, you always, when you open Snapchat, land on the camera and you have all the options I just showed you. But there's an option for chats. So the next part of this tutorial is going to be the chat option. So if you go to chat, this is sort of like your text messages or your iMessages on your iPhone. You could basically add people from your contacts or from people you've met here, and then it uses Wi-Fi or your data here, to your cell data, to send messages. It won't use your phone number though. It's all happening within the Snapchat app. So let me go ahead and add a person. To add a person, just press the plus sign here, and you have a bunch of ways to share your Snap code here, and then they could add you that way. You could find friends, so you could go ahead and find friends. Let me show you what that means. It's gonna pull up people that you potentially have in your contact on your phone if you give it access. And you could find people here. You could type in their name if you have it, their phone number, bunch of ways to do that up here. In this case, I'm gonna go ahead and find my other accounts. So I know my other username is Howfinity, so if I search for it here, it's gonna pull it up. That's me. I could go ahead and add, and then it's gonna send a request to the other phone that someone is trying to add you as a friend. So if I go back to my iPhone here, you see that plus sign with the person icon, it says 1 next to it. If I press that, you could see that I'm trying to send a friend request. Now multiple other people are too, but that's where they're gonna appear. So I could press accept right here on this page, and says I just added that person, and they show up over here now under my messages. Now if I go back to chat, you could see my friend that I just added on the other account is right here, and I could send them a snap by just pressing this. Now, as you make more friends, this is gonna fill up here, so everyone's gonna show up just like this. Team Snapchat is actually snaps that you could view directly from Snapchat, so it's kind of useful. They do send you updates and snaps all the time too. So let me show you the messaging part now. So let's go ahead and find our friend here, press snap. It's gonna get access to our camera here. Okay, I could go ahead, let's record a video this time, and let go. And again, you could type in everything you want, decorate all you want. When you're ready, you could still save it, but in this case, we're gonna send it as a snap. And let me refresh, and the other person got it as a snap. And if I go to the messaging part over there on this app, if I press it, it's gonna say tap to view right there. I'm gonna tap to view, and it's gonna play this, and this is gonna disappear after a few seconds depending on the setting that I chose when I took that snap. Remember that little timer there? So if it doesn't disappear right away, it's because the timer is set to be longer. If I click away, some of them are going to have replay. So tap to replay, it's gonna let me replay, and then if I click away, it's gone now. Now I can't select it again. But by default, after you play them a couple of times, they're gonna completely disappear. I have no access to this anymore. So when someone is also looking at your snap here, look at this little icon of my profile picture from here is showing up. That means I'm on their page here. Let's go ahead and send another snap here. This time, let's just send a text snap here. I'm gonna send a text, because you could do that too. You showed up here. Let me take a snapshot of this with my phone here, a screenshot. And if you screenshot, it's gonna say that someone took a screenshot here. I don't know if you could read this. It says SA took a screenshot of the chat. So you can take screenshots of videos and images and things like that, but it will notify the other person that you did that. And I'm gonna go ahead and send a snap back here. Let's take a picture, let's send it, and press OK. And this is what happens when someone sends you one. You could tap it to view it just like that. If you click away, it's gonna let you save it in some cases if you have that option set up, or press replay here, which I could do. Now all that could be also turned off in the settings, which I'll show you at the end. Now again, you do have a bunch of other options too with sending text messages. You could send audio messages to record audio. You could send a bunch of things like these stickers or emojis. You could access your camera here and choose things like this. There's a game here that you could play with other people on Snapchat. And you could also video and audio chat here on top if you select those and start a video or audio call. So that's all as the messaging platform of Snapchat. Again, very much like anything you've used on your phone before for messaging, like iMessage or just text messages. I'll show you also this really useful settings here. So when you're in a message conversation with someone, you could press their profile icon right here and jump into here. And you could see some things like requesting location, sharing location, things like that. You could snap from here, message, calls, and video chat. But I want to show you these 3 dots up here because they give you a whole different menu here. You could remove a friend here, you could block someone here, you could clear conversation. But more importantly, what I wanted to show you here is you could delete chats by default after viewing, or you could set this in this individual conversation to 24 hours after viewing. Okay, you still have replay, but this one after viewing is going to delete chats by default. But if you want to keep things longer, go ahead and use that. But again, the messaging platform here is really designed for things to disappear after viewing them. So we covered cameras, we covered messages. Let's jump into the social media aspect of Snapchat. How does that work? Well, the biggest update with Snapchat for social media is called Snapchat Stories. Let me show you how that works. Now, if you look on the bottom, right, we did camera and chat. This one is called Stories. It's over here. Jump in here. Now, here under the Stories tab, you basically have two sections. Friends, their story are going to show up here. And Discover is kind of like these little short kind of episodes of shows that people create for this platform. But right now, I want to show you the social aspect, the friends aspect. Let me go ahead and with this other app, I'll actually post to my story. So to post to a story, you just take a snap, decorate it the same way as usual, and then just press this option here instead of send to. So if I press this option, it says add to story. So I could press OK on that. And then if I press this blue option, it's going to add it to my Snapchat story, which appears right on top over here. So now let me refresh this page because there is my story right there on this account because I'm friends with this other account. So I could preview stories like this. And with stories, you could reply with a chat as well. Type in your chat, press send, and then the other account is going to get that message as well when you reply to stories. Now, stories stay for 24 hours on your account and then they disappear. So it's not going to be like Facebook or Instagram where things are always on your account. They're going to actually disappear from here. And I want to show you two other things. There is a location sharing by default. If you give it access, it shares your locations with your friends. Let me show you that because you may want to turn this off. But if you look on the bottom here, right, we covered the main three here, but there is a map option. Let me go there. And it's asking me to give it access to location. So if you enable this, I'm going to skip for now. It's going to know exactly where you are on the map. Now, I didn't give it access, but it's going to also know where other people are. You see these other people? These are kind of called public stories. So when people shared their stories, they made it public and you could see them this way and you could jump into them and view them. But it's also going to show you the location of your friends. So I'm somewhere over here in the US and I could see if I had other friends. These are all the public ones, but if I had friends, it will show me their location like this, which is something you may not want to have. So to turn it off, press your profile icon right here. And on here, by the way, you could create a cool avatar here and change your profile picture and change all kinds of things, verify your phone number. But in my case, I want to actually change the privacy setting, which is the settings gear. And the option is called see my location. If you jump there, it's called ghost mode. If you turn this on, it won't share your location with other people. So I always have this on. Again, it depends on how you want to use the app. A lot of times it is helpful to share your location, especially with family, but you could turn this off here. And if you want to view public stories, when you jump into any city or any state or any country, you'll see it up here where you could tap it and watch a public story over there too. And finally, the last option is called Spotlight, and it came out back in 2020, and it's a way where basically you could share short format vertical videos here. You could become a creator or you could just view them. Let me show you what that looks like. And that option is right here. So we covered everything else except this one. Spotlight are basically things where you swipe up and look at people's posts this way. Okay, so this is called Snapchat Spotlight. Now with each one, you could give it a heart here, right? You could go ahead and press this option here and share that as your own post on your own snap. Or you could actually press the three dots and you have a bunch of other options as well here to get more information and subscribe, right? This is a whole different platform within Snapchat that is almost like a standalone app, but they did include it inside of Snapchat. And if you've ever used TikTok or Instagram Reel or YouTube Shorts, that format is gonna look familiar to you. But I do have a complete separate video on Snapchat Spotlight, so I'm not gonna go any deeper there. Make sure you jump into settings, set up everything, make sure your account is set up right, make sure you turn on ghost mode if you don't wanna share your location, and add friends from your contact list or your nearby list. And then you could send them snaps, videos. You could use these filters to just save things for yourself. And that's your crash course on using Snapchat. If you're new to using Twitter, or if you just want a refresher on it, in this video, I want to show you step by step exactly how to use Twitter. Twitter is one of the oldest social media platforms, and it's been around since 2006. But back then, it was only a text-based platform where you could only share your thoughts in text format. Now they've added videos, photos, and a whole lot more. Now, Twitter could be accessed at twitter.com on a website. They do have a mobile app on iPhone and Android, but you could set it up here and it all syncs up between the app and the website. And I'll make a dedicated app video that I'll link below as well. And when you first jump into twitter.com, it's going to ask you to sign in if you're new to Twitter to make an account, but you don't actually have to do that if you just want to browse. But if you do browse, it's going to be limited. You can't actually like anything. You can't compose your own posts or your own tweets. So I recommend as the very first step, you create an account here on the side of the page. So for creating an account as your very first step, all you have to do is type in your name, your phone number or email, and your birthday, only because you have to be 13 years old to use Twitter, so it's gonna ask you to verify that. Then there's a privacy setting. If you allow Twitter to check your web history to customize what you see, you could check this on or off, press next. For your account, choose a name, choose an email, and choose date of birth, and press sign up. And then you could put a profile picture. You could change this at any time, so I'm gonna skip this for now. And then you need to create a unique username. Your name actually wasn't the username, so type in a unique username here. And as long as you get a check mark, that means this is available, press next. And you could allow notifications here on your computer. Then it's gonna ask what kind of categories are you interested in, so you could customize Twitter for you. You could pick 3 here, choose right here. And then it's gonna recommend you follow some accounts. This is a social media platform, so it is recommended you follow a few different accounts. You could just press follow next to their name here to follow them, and then press next. You could follow people after this as well, so you don't have to follow anyone right now. Now for step 2, let's explore Twitter. So when you land on the homepage, you should see 2 different sections. There's a For You section and there's a Following section. So the Following section is only gonna show you the accounts that you followed. So I just followed 3 accounts. So as I scroll down, I'm going to see only tweets or posts from that specific accounts that I'm following. Now the For You page is a combination of accounts you're following, but it will also show you things based on your activity or based on what you told it that you liked. So you're gonna see different things here than just what you're following, the different accounts you're following. So you could switch between these 2 anytime. This right here is where you post your own tweets. We'll cover that in a second. On the left side, there's some options for the different menus. Again, we'll cover this. On the right side, what's happening is kind of like what's trending in the world and on Twitter right now. So they're gonna appear over here. And who to follow, this is gonna appear over here. It's gonna make some recommendations. And as you scroll through the homepage, the way you interact now that you have an account with a tweet is all the options underneath one. So you could read it here. You could sometimes click on a link if they have a link available. You could press this option. This is called a reply. It's kind of like making a comment on a post. So you can make your own comments here and then just press reply. This option is called a retweet. So if you click this right here, you could retweet, meaning you're sharing this on your own profile. So if you press retweet, it's going to basically post it as you, that you shared this. That's what a retweet is. Here is where you like something, so you give it this heart. Here is basically the view count or the analytics behind a post. And this last option gives you 3 options. You could copy a link to a tweet, so you could email it, for example. You could send it as a direct message. That's when you send it to one other person or a group of people using the messaging platform. This is not sharing it publicly. This is a private message called a direct message or DM. I'll talk about that in a bit. And you could also bookmark it here, and that will appear on your bookmarks. It's a way to save a tweet so you could refer back to it later. And then from here, if you're on the For You page, you could basically hover over a name and it lets you follow or unfollow someone from here. This one I'm already following, but sometimes on the For You page, it's going to show you accounts you're not following, and you could just directly follow them from here. You could also follow them from their profile page, but I'll show you the profile page in a bit. So in this step, what I recommend is you follow a good amount of people so it populates your Twitter, so it makes it more useful. So you could do this again from here, from your For You page, or you could go to this Explore tab over here. And basically with the Explore tab, if you scroll down here, it's going to again show you who to follow and give you some other recommendations, and you could press show more and then follow a bunch of different people from here. Okay, so if you wanted to follow different people, you could just click following from over here. Now, what's also useful is the search option. So you could obviously follow people or companies from here too. So I'm gonna type in a company name. I could go ahead and search for that company name. And then it's gonna let me, if I go to the people tab, for example, it's gonna show me all the different profiles here, and I could just follow them from here as well. If I go to top or latest, it's just gonna show me tweets from my search. So that's what I recommend you do, is go to the people tab, search different people or different companies that you like, and then go ahead and follow them from here. Another useful option on the Explore page is if you go to trending right here, it's going to show you based on your country all the different things that are trending. So a lot of people kind of see what's popular right now based on the trending tab. And there's also a For You page and other categories. But this is a very interesting place to kind of see the latest, greatest on Twitter that day. This changes constantly every hour. Now, in the next step, let's go ahead and compose our own tweets. So right over here where it says what is happening, you could actually post to Twitter yourself. That's called a tweet. You could also press this option right here to tweet. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it from here, but it gets you the same exact option, okay? So I'm gonna say maybe later. Now here, you have a privacy setting. So you could do everyone. This is a public tweet. Anyone could go to your profile and see that, or it may get recommended to them. And there's this thing called Twitter Circle. This is basically a private group that I haven't created yet, but you could tweet to them. Typically, you do everyone here for your tweet, and then you type your first tweet. Okay, that would go over here. Now, there's a limit on how many characters you could type here. Okay, so as you could see, this is filling up over here. So if I actually paste a lot right here, you could see I ran out of a character limit. So you do have a character limit. That limit right now is 280 characters. So when you see this red and it says 0, that means everything else is not going to be able to be added to a tweet. So you'll have to actually make this 280 characters. They may change this limit. They did change it years ago. It used to be actually be 140, so they doubled it to 280. But you do have this plus sign. If you press this, you could actually add another tweet to that tweet. So if you have a longer thought, this is the way to get around the limitation. This is called a thread if you do it this way, and you could actually just tweet it from there as you add to it. Now, a few other options you have here. You could add media, so you could add photos and videos from this tab here. You could add GIFs here, so it's gonna let you search and post any of these as part of your tweet as well. You also could do polls. Polls are very popular on Twitter, and it's gonna let people basically take votes, but this could be its own tweet as well. Your emojis, this is your whole emojis here that you could go ahead and add like that from here, and you could schedule this for a later time. When you're happy with it, just go ahead and press tweet. Now this is going to be a public one since I chose everyone. And while we're here, I'll show you how to share photos and videos. You could click this tab right here, media. It's gonna get access to your library here. And then you could double click on any image that you have on your computer, and it's gonna allow you to share it. Now you could still write text, so your text could go along with the video or the photo, and you actually still have a limit on how much you could share. And you could add a description and tag people as well. So let me explain this while we're here. There's two main things with a tweet to get it to be discoverable by other people. One is called hashtag. So if you type in a hashtag and you could type in something like this, it's going to give you some recommendations. Now, hashtags are searchable too. So when you go to the Explore page, a lot of things on Twitter basically get labeled with these hashtags, and it makes them discoverable. Okay, so I recommend if you're trying to grow your Twitter following, use hashtags appropriate to the type of post you're making. The other option you have along with hashtags is you could use the @ So the @ is above the number 2 on your keyboard. You could do Control-2 or Command-2 on a Mac, and then type in another username. So I could type in another username that will appear here on their search, and I could tag them. This will get their attention in a way where they would basically see this on their profile if they have that setting available. And then you could press tweet from here once you use your hashtags and you use the mention sign. Now let me show you the profile page here. So on the left side, let's go to the profile tab. Everyone on Twitter has a profile page. So this is a place if someone clicks your profile, they could follow you from here. And I didn't complete mine, so I'm gonna say set up profile here. Now this profile picture, let me add one just to show you. With a profile, you have some options to kind of resize it and crop it, and then press apply, and then press next here. And then you also have this banner that shows up on top of your page, so you could add that too. And I'm gonna press apply there. And then you could add your bio here, describe yourself. So if this is a business page or personal, make sure you add a sentence or two here. You could add a location if you like. And then now I'm gonna press see profile. Now it's a lot more complete, right? He has a little bit about me. And then the name, you could actually have a name and then the @mention sign. So there's two different ways to show up on Twitter. The name doesn't have to be unique. That's what we set up our account with. But the @mention sign, that has to be unique. Only one person on Twitter could have that. Other people will have to have some kind of variation to it if they want to use the same one. But anything could be edited from this profile page and you could change anything we just added to our profile. And then over here, any tweet that I've created before shows up over here. Anything that I retweeted, I showed you that in the beginning, shows up over here as well. And then the replies, if I reply to a tweet, they will all appear over here, and medias and likes will show up. So if I decide to delete something, I press the three dots. I could pin it to my profile too. That means it's the first thing that people will see, and I could delete it from here. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that from here. Next, I wanna show you direct messages. So Twitter is very powerful with messaging other people that use Twitter. That's this tab right over here. Let's jump in there. And then you could press write a message from here. So you could search for people on Twitter. So I'll search another account I have here. Now with some people, they have a setting where you can't message them. So it says can't be messaged. But some people have that setting open, so you could actually direct message them. So if I select someone that can be messaged, I could do this with multiple people to create a group message too. I could then press next, and then I could basically type my message over here on the very bottom of the page. I could again add photos and videos as well with media, GIFs, and emojis here. And then I could type my text and then press the airplane icon over here to send them a direct message. And you'll see the replies over here under messages, and you could reply to them from this page. And let's go back to the home page. I want to show you this other option too. When you see someone's tweets, again, you could select their name and go to their profile page here. And on their profile page, you have this on your own as well. You see the following, that's how many people this account is following and how many people are following this account. Okay, so their followers show up over here as well. It also shows when that account was created. And again, you could follow and unfollow from here. But the useful option from this page is you could press these three dots and you could actually train Twitter a little bit by saying if you're not interested in a specific tweet, tell that, and the For You page will actually learn over time or just from your activities. But the three other options I wanted to show you is you could also unfollow people that you followed here previously. You could also mute them. So this is a useful option if you don't want to see tweets from them but not fully unfollow them. Or you could just block them. They basically will disappear from Twitter. Now, two more things I'll cover quickly before we wrap up. If you press the More option, you'll get some more advanced options here. But the one I like under Settings here, you could actually change the display. So there's a couple of different dark modes that Twitter has that are very, very useful. So you could select them from here. And if you want larger font size or smaller font sizes, you'll kind of see that from this page by changing the font size. So customizing your page all takes place from over here. I'm going to press done there. And there's an option for a paid version of this platform called Twitter Blue. And they're constantly changing this. This has been going through a lot of different revisions lately. But for basically a monthly plan, you could do this on the website and the mobile apps. You get some more upgraded options like longer and better videos. You could edit tweets. For some reason, you can't edit tweets after you post a tweet with the free version of Twitter, so you'll have to pay for that. And there's going to be a bunch of other options that are rolling out to Twitter Blue. I have dedicated videos for this paid version of Twitter. This was just an overview of the free version. Hey everyone, in today's how-to video, I want to show you how to use Facebook. And Facebook went through a major revision, so I thought it's a good time to update this video. And if you haven't used Facebook for a few years, or if you've never used Facebook before, this video is going to walk you through step by step on how to do that. Now, if you want to use Facebook for your business or run Facebook ads and things like that, I have different videos and I'll link those in the description box below this video. This is just for everyday people that want to use Facebook personally as a social media platform. Facebook was created way back in 2004. I've had it since 2005. And back then you had to be in college and have a college email address to sign up. But they expanded it to everybody. And Facebook today is at 2.7 billion active users. And as Facebook grew, they bought Instagram, another massive social media platform that they own now. And they also bought WhatsApp, a big messaging app, also with over 1 billion users. Let's jump on the computer here so I could show you how to get started with Facebook.com. There is a mobile app for Android and iOS devices for Facebook. Again, I'll make a separate video about that. I'll just kind of show you how to get started on Facebook.com. All the things are going to be related to the Facebook mobile app. You could pretty much do whatever you can on Facebook.com on the computer on Facebook mobile app as well. I'm here on Facebook.com and the sign up process is really easy. This is kind of the login page where you would type in your email and phone number and password. But if you don't have an account just yet, you would just press create an account. And if you want to create a page for your business or your brand here, you could go ahead and do it here. I'll press create new account. Go ahead and fill this out. And you do have to be 13 years old at least here to sign up. That's pretty much the case with any social media platform. Now make sure you used an email and phone number you have access to because most likely it's going to give you a code to verify. Now on the next page, after you sign up for the first time, Facebook may ask you 3 different questions. It may ask you to add a profile picture, and then the next step is to add friends, and then the last step is to check your privacy settings. But the first thing you want to do is press your profile picture right here, and it will bring you inside of your profile where you could go ahead and add a new picture. Now I used a different name here so Facebook doesn't try to recommend me to other people and they'll get confused since I already have another Facebook account. But you would just press this and upload a picture from your computer, or if you're on the app, from your mobile device. I'll just choose a random stock photo here, but you want to basically put your face here so other people could recognize you, and drag this into position so your face is right on center, and then go ahead and press save right here. And this will become your public Facebook profile picture. This is what people will see when they look you up by your name. Let me click the Facebook logo to go back to the home page again. So here we are on the home page. The next thing I want to do is add friends. So I could go to the friends tab, or on the left side there should be a find friends option. Click that and it brings you to this tab here where you need to follow people here on Facebook. So you could find people that you know in real life so you could follow them. You could also follow public figures as well, so it doesn't just have to be people you know. You could pretty much send a friend request to anybody, but they do have to agree, except if they're a public figure that you're following. Let me show you what I mean here. So on any of these people you may know section, you may scroll down and see people you may know, and you can press add friend to add them as a friend. Let me do that to my own name here so I could follow myself on my actual profile and not this new profile. And here I just searched myself up here in the search bar, and I could go ahead and press add friend, and it's gonna send a friend request to that account. I'll go ahead and accept it on my phone here so I could have at least one friend to show you what Facebook looks like. So now if I go to the friends icon, I should have one friend that accepted your friend request a few seconds ago. I did that on my phone here. So you would go ahead and do that first and add a few people after you upload your profile picture so they know who you are and recognize your name and profile picture, and they will be your friends. Let me search The Rock, for example. If I follow a public figure, here's their Facebook profile. I'll go ahead and click on that. And with some profile pages like this with public figures, you just have to like the page and then you'll start following the page once you like it. And they don't have to approve the process. These profiles that are public can just be liked and followed that way. Let me go to the homepage one more time. And now you could see your homepage is going to start populating with content from the different people that you're going to follow, public figures or your friends here. So that's how you really get the most out of Facebook. And you'll see ads like this from time to time. You'll see these things called sponsored ads. You'll see them on the right side as well. And that's basically how Facebook makes money, by running these ads for different businesses. So businesses pay Facebook to run ads on your profile. And the third thing is, let's go to the Facebook privacy option before we start actually making a post. So click this little arrow right here, and you want to go to settings and privacy. I want to show you something quickly here, and then go to settings one more time. And on this page, click on privacy. The main thing I want to show you here is your activity. Who could see your future post? By default is set to friends. If you want anybody to be able to find those posts, you will press edit here and make this public so anyone on and off Facebook could see it. And you have more options here like specific friends or just you if you want to keep things completely private. But I recommend you take a look at this privacy and settings tool here to see if you want to change any of these options. Facebook does a good job by having these sentences really be very clear on what each of them does. But I do have a complete video on Facebook privacy and settings, so I'll put that in the description below if you want to learn how all of this works. Now let's go back to the home page and start using Facebook. Right here, where it says what's on your mind, is where you would create a Facebook status. So this is what other people will see. So The Rock put this as their Facebook status, so I could do the same thing. I will click there, my first post will go here, and then again I could change my privacy here from friends to all the other options I showed you, like public, right on that drop down. And when I'm ready, I would just press post right here. I do have a ton of other options inside of this post option too. I could go ahead and change my background. So as you could see, I could use a variety of different backgrounds here. There's a lot of them to choose from. I could go ahead and tag friends. So if I was wishing someone a happy birthday, for example, using my status, I could go ahead and press tag a friend. This will let you tag friends on your friends list. So I could search my other account here and go ahead and use this as a tag and press done. Now that person is going to be notified that I tagged them. You could go ahead and add a feeling to the top of it. So if you're feeling happy, you could type that and choose this as an option. As you could see, is feeling happy, and the name of the person I tagged shows up over here. You could add a location by checking into that location. You could even add photos and videos here. In this case, I can't combine them with the style of a post, but that's how you would add photos and videos. And when you're ready, you would press post. And here's my post right here. The person has been tagged, and I could go to my profile here by just pressing my name. Now we're inside of my profile, and if I scroll down here, I should see my first post right over here. And other people, my other friends, are going to be able to see it too. So if I had a lot of friends, it'll show up on their Facebook wall, the homepage of Facebook, as they're scrolling through. Anybody could press like on a post to give it a like. You could also hold down on like and get other reactions as well. So you could give it a love or any one of these reactions. You could go ahead and leave a comment. So the comment will go over here, and you will press enter to post it as a comment. You could comment on your own post or anybody else's, and other people could comment on yours. And some people could share your post as well. So these are the numbers of ways you would share a post. Inside of the comment section, you also have other options like adding photos and videos, GIFs here, even reactions like these emojis here as a comment, and then press enter. Let's look more inside of the Facebook profile. The Facebook status that I showed you on the homepage is also available here on your profile page. So whenever you click this, your name right here, it takes you to this page where you could write a status update with text. You could add photo or video. You could even go live here. Let me go ahead and show you a photo video option here. I'll choose a photo here from my computer, and then I could give it a status, second post, and I could go ahead and post this now, and it will have this image and this text. And as you can see, just like that, it's posted my second post here. It's an image and some text to go along with it. There's another option too called live events, where you could celebrate different things in your life, like a new relationship or graduating from college or traveling, any one of those things. So if you start a new job, for example, you could go ahead and select it here, and it will create a post for you, and you could go ahead and edit that post and post it on your Facebook over here. I'll press X for now. Anytime you post a photo, it will show up under the photos. So if I go to my photos, I could see the couple photos, including my profile picture, are over here. So your profile is really nice and organized. There's a timeline, there's the about section that I haven't added anything to. So this will probably be the next thing you would want to upload, adding workplace, high school, college, whatever you want other people to see, or your friends. Again, check the privacy options to make sure who's able to see these. Your friend list will show up under this section, where again you could find more friends over here. The photos I just showed you. The video section shows you videos that you've posted. I haven't posted any, and there's a bunch of other options too that you could search for. Facebook has a lot to offer, so I'm not going to make this video an hour long, but you could explore those on your own. At any time, you could go ahead and edit your profile as well and change some of the other things that we've talked about so far. Now, let me go back to the homepage. Initially, Facebook was just that, but all these new things have been added throughout time on Facebook. So for example, if I go up here, there's a Facebook Watch where I could watch a bunch of different videos from news organizations or other pages on Facebook. There's a Facebook Marketplace where you could post things to sell, and you could find things to buy. Ton of options under the Facebook Marketplace. There are Facebook groups that you could be a part of. So if you have interest in a specific topic, you could go ahead and find a bunch of different types of groups to join. Some are public and some are private, meaning someone has to give you access. And right now, those are the three main things on top of Facebook, but it has a lot more to offer. If you press this plus sign, for example, you could see that you could create Facebook pages for your business. You could run ads. You could do events, public and private here for people to follow. You could do fundraisers. So it's pretty involved when it comes to using Facebook for a lot more than just what I showed you. Recently in 2020, Facebook also introduced Facebook Rooms, which are places where you could video chat with friends. Again, I have a different video on how to use Facebook Rooms. And there is a thing called Facebook Messenger, really technically a whole different app now. But inside of Messenger, you could do messages with friends, and the rooms is part of Facebook Messenger. They're called Facebook Messenger Rooms, but you get access to them right over here. And on the left side, you could have control of jumping into a lot of other things. Some are on top as well, like Marketplace, you could find up here, but you could also find over here, same with Watch. But some other things you could only find on the left side, like games, for example, or jobs. And you could scroll through all these to see what's going on the left side of Facebook. But ultimately, just to get started, upload a profile picture, add friends, create your first post, add photos, add videos, and follow other people, engage with them, give them comments, give them likes, and slowly learn more about all the other things that Facebook has to offer. Thanks so much for watching this video. I have hundreds of videos on Facebook, on Instagram, other social media platforms on this channel, so please consider subscribing and watch as many as you like. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.